Good morning, children. Today we will do a new lesson. It is on page 98, Engaging English. Lesson 12, page 98 in the book Engaging English. The title of the lesson is The Six Napoleons. Now the six Napoleons, this refers to the bust, plaster bust. That is a kind of statue. But bust means not the whole figure, it's only the head, shoulders and the chest. That is referred to as bust. It's given in the notes on the opposite page. Plaster of Paris, sculpture of a person's head, shoulders and chest. So, sixth bust of Napoleon was found. And this is a mystery. This refers to crime. The title is given there as mystery. Under lesson 12 you have mystery. So it deals with a crime and how the crime is found out, how it is solved, how the criminal is caught. The story is about that. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle is a famous writer and he writes Sherlock Holmes is the detective in all his stories. Sherlock Holmes is very clever in reasoning out and finding out with the clues which he gets, he is able to catch hold of the criminal. So, the six Napoleons, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. In this chapter, we will understand the way Detective Sherlock Holmes, very famous, very well-known name, used logical reasoning to solve crimes. Identify the key elements of a detective story. Practice the conversion of sentences from direct to indirect speech and vice versa. Grammar part, we will come to it later. Do you enjoy reading detective stories? Have you read the Sherlock Holmes stories? In this story, the ace detective, that is Sherlock Holmes, the most important, the best, solves the mystery of a set of destroyed statues of Napoleon. It was not unusual for Mr. Lestrade of Scotland Yard to look in upon us. Us refers to Dr. Watson and Sherlock Holmes. These are the two people who solve crimes, who solve the mystery connected with the crime. So Lestrade belongs to Scotland Yard and he used to visit Sherlock Holmes and Watson. Scotland Yard is the headquarters of the London police. So it was not unusual means it was usual, two negatives there. It was not unusual for Mr. Lestrade of Scotland Yard to look in upon us on an occasional evening. On one such occasion, he confessed that he was quite confused by a case he was handling. It seems unimportant but very pure. So the case is unimportant because they have not found out what it is about, but still it is very confusing. Case means the problem of finding out the criminal and why he committed that crime. Very pure. So this case which we are going to read here is a very strange one. The first case of burglary is robbing. The first case of burglary was 4 days ago in the shop of Morse Hudson in Kennington Road. His shop was robbed. He sells pictures and statues. The shop was left unattended by the assistant for a second. Now robbers are very quick, very clever, and they are looking out for an opportunity when nobody is watching them so that they can rob, they can steal. And they are adept, they are very clever in this kind of work. So when the shop was left unattended by the assistant for a second, notice in 1 second it takes place. The shop was left unattended by the assistant for a second. He heard a crash and hurried back to find a plaster bust of Napoleon lying in fragments. So this This is a shop which sells statues and pictures, and suddenly a crash was heard, and when the attendant ran out, he found that a plaster of bust of Napoleon was lying on the ground. That is a statue up to the chest, head, shoulders and chest. That is the bust. He heard a crash and hurried back to find a plaster bust of Napoleon lying in fragments. It was broken, it was in pieces. Although the incident was reported to the policeman on the beat. Policeman on the beat is policeman on duty. At a certain time, a certain policeman is in charge of a certain area. He has to watch for any underhand things that are going on there. The policeman on the beat, the hooligan was not traced. The person who smashed the bust, who destroyed the bust, he could not be found out. Hooligan is the robber or criminal. He is called hooligan there because it was not for the sake of robbing something from that shop, but he has destroyed that bust. That is why he is referred to as hooligan. Was not traced. The second case was more serious. That is the first case. The second case was more serious and occurred last night. It took place last night. Mr. Barnicot is a great admirer of Napoleon, and his house is full of books, pictures and relics of the French emperor. Napoleon is a French emperor. Relics refers to anything connected with that person. It can be some token, some things which he treasured, some books about him, some pictures about him, or some statues. So, Mr. Barnicot was a doctor and he was a great admirer of Napoleon. He used to collect relics of the French emperor. He bought 2 busts of Napoleon from Moss Hudson's shop. From the same shop, he purchased 2 busts. The heading is the 6 Napoleons. It refers to the bust of Napoleon. They were exact duplicates of the one found broken in the shop. Earlier, in that first paragraph, we referred to one bust of Napoleon which was found broken. And now, Dr. Barnicot purchased 2 other busts of Napoleon, and it was very similar. These were exact duplicates of the one found broken. So all 3 Napoleons, if you place them together, you cannot distinguish any differences. You cannot find out any differences. They all looked the same. That is why the word duplicate is used. He placed one of them in his house. Now Dr. Barnicot bought 2 busts of Napoleon. He placed one of them in his house and the other on the mantelpiece of his surgery. Surgery is his private clinic where he treats patients at Lower Brixton. So one he placed it in his house, one he placed it in his surgery. Dr. Barnicot came down this morning to find his house burgled. He came down and found that somebody had broken into the house at night. To find his house burgled during the night. But nothing was missing except the head of Napoleon. It was found smashed to pieces in the garden. So that is why the case is very clear. Whoever is the robber is not stealing anything else. He is just taking this bust of Napoleon and he is destroying it. He is smashing it to pieces. So earlier, Lestrade refers to this as very pure, a pure case. Dr. Barnicot came down this morning to find his house burgled during the night, but nothing was missing except the head of Napoleon. It was found smashed to pieces in the garden, just like the first one. It was destroyed. This is certainly very unusual, Holmes remarked. That is not all. He reached his surgery at noon, and you can imagine his amazement when he found the window had been opened and broken pieces of the Napoleon were strewn all over the room. Strewn means scattered. So the bust in his house, the Napoleon in his house was broken, and now the Napoleon which he had kept in his surgery is also broken. But nothing else is robbed. Was scattered all over the room. It seems to me like the work of some madman. So the police are not able to find out the reason at this moment. Later on towards the end we know the reason, but at this point they think that the robber is a mad person to break into a house and nothing is stolen and except the bust of Napoleon is broken. So he seems to be a madman who hates Napoleon, Lestrade concluded. So the first thought of this was that this person who robbed the bust hates Napoleon, that's why he breaks the statues of Napoleon. Without a doubt, this is all very interesting. I would be obliged if you would let me know of any fresh developments in the case. So Holmes is telling Lestrade, if any other fresh developments crop up, if you find anything else interesting about this case, you let me know. Next morning, Holmes informed me there refers to Watson, that a telegram had come from Lestrade and said, come instantly to 131 Pitt Street, Kensington, Lestrade. Lestrade sent a telegram asking Holmes to come to this address at once, instantly, immediately. We reached the address, that is the 131 Pitt Street. We reached the address to find a crowd outside the house. Lestrade led us inside and introduced us to the owner of the house, Mr. Horace Harker, a journalist. Mr. Harker, will you tell us exactly what has occurred? This is another person who bought the bust of Napoleon. I picked up means I bought, I selected, I picked up a bust of Napoleon from Harding Brothers. He bought this bust of Napoleon from Harding Brothers. Now this is the fourth Napoleon. I picked up a bust of Napoleon from Harding Brothers about 4 months ago. I often write late into the night or early morning in my room upstairs. It must have been 3 o'clock. Suddenly I heard a most horrible scream. I was quite frozen with fear. So you can imagine the horror. The scream was so terrible, somebody screaming, and that terrified the journalist. I was quite frozen with fear. I seized the poker and went down. Poker is a long metal which is used for stirring the fire. In case he needs a weapon to attack the criminal, he took the poker. I seized the poker and went down. I entered this room and found the windows open and noticed that the bust was gone from the mantelpiece. Mantelpiece is a kind of shelf which is used to put articles to decorate the drawing room. I walked to the front door and nearly fell over a dead man lying there. So the bust was not there, the bust of Napoleon was not there. When Mr. Horace walked to the front door, he found a dead man lying there. Who was the murdered man? Holmes asked Lestrade. Lestrade replies, we don't know who this person is. We know we can describe him, but we don't know who he is. He is tall, sunburnt. Sunburnt means brown in color because of being in the sun for a long time. Strong man, not more than 30, poorly dressed. A clasp knife lay in the blood near him. This may or may not be the murder weapon. There was a knife lying in a pool of blood. A clasp knife means a knife which you can open and close. We don't know yet if it was the murder weapon, the weapon used for killing the person whose body they found at the front door. There is no